Hello, it's Maria Felix-Vass here with your weekly recipe feature for Envision Talking Newspaper. Now, last week was a sweet recipe with bonfire toffee, and this week it's the turn of another savoury recipe. So keeping with the theme of fireworks and bonfire night, with it being the start of November, I thought I'd make a traditional Lancashire hotpot, which is a great dish for sharing at any party. So as usual, I'll give you the recipe, what you'll need to make it and how, but do be prepared to stop and start the recording as you work through the various stages of making it. So for your shopping list for Lancashire hotpot, you'll need diced lamb from a packet, about 500 grams, that's about a pound of lamb there. And you cut that into chunks. 2 tablespoons of flour to coat the lamb in. 4 large potatoes, peeled and thinly sliced. 2 onions, chunkily sliced, and 3 carrots, chunkily sliced too. You also need 500 millilitres of lamb or beef stock, 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, and salt and pepper to taste. Also fresh thyme for a bit of garnish if you've got it. So you start by preheating your oven to 180 Celsius, that's gas mark 4. And the first thing that you need to do is dip the chunks of lamb into some flour and then heat a little bit of butter and olive oil in a pan. When that's hot, you add the floured lamb, salt and pepper, and you stir this whilst just browning it because it seals in the flavours of the meat. Once that's done, just remove the lamb to one side, add a little bit more butter and olive oil to the pan, and then add the onions and the carrots. Again, warm those through. Once they're warmed through a little bit and just browned, then add the lamb back into the pan. Add here the Worcester sauce, more salt and pepper, and then pour the stock mixture over the lamb and the vegetables in the pan. Reduce the heat and simmer whilst you peel and thinly slice your potatoes. Once potatoes are ready, transfer the meat stew into an oven-proofed casserole dish. So what you do is spoon all the mixture here and then add the potatoes on top of the dish in layers and brush them with a little bit of butter. Then cover the dish with a lid and then let it cook in the oven for an hour to an hour and a half, or until the lamb is tender and the potatoes are crispy golden brown. And then what you need to do is garnish the Lancashire hotpot with fresh thyme before serving, and serve it with crusty bread and a slice of pickled red cabbage. Enjoy! Remember, next week it'll be the turn of a sweet recipe. And we've had a suggestion from Mike from Envision for the recipe for a traditional Christmas cake, as it's this time of year when if you make it now, then you can spend the next month or so adding the brandy to it to keep it rich and moist. So whilst I dig out my grandmother's Christmas cake recipe, I wish you a great week ahead and happy cooking.